but we'll see.
Absolutely.
We do have Hodor coming in to take over from Drunken Boy. We don't have a bio information on him, but he has been making you aware of his presence throughout the night in the Observer chat. He finally has the spotlight, so maybe he will be more focused on his micro than he will be on typing Hodor. We will see.
Just to remind everybody, we're going to be giving away our second code of the night for the prize. If you want to remind everyone of the original code plus the bonus one.
Oh, yeah. So, and also of the prizes that we're giving away. The prize this week is going to be a holographic Charizard card with an energy and a coupon for $1 off some ice cream if you are living in America's Hat. Sorry. I apologize. If you live in Canada, the great Canada, and you like some ice cream, then you'll get a $1 off coupon for that, plus some Charizard. So, if you weren't here earlier, we do have 2 codes given out. The first being PS4, as PS4, the release date was announced today. And I just saw the chat. Apparently, I've been fired. So that's unfortunate. But we'll wrap up the cast anyway. So PS4.
We're not wrapping up. Stay around. We got more games.
Yes, yeah, we do. PS4 again. First code. Second code was new record. As we hit a new record for viewership tonight, thank you for making that happen. We appreciate it. And we are giving out the third code right now, right?
It's up to you. We can wait, or we can give it away.
Why don't we give it away?
All right, let's give it away.
Let's give it away. Give it away now. Let's see. What did we decide it was? We decided it was innovation. All lowercase. Innovation.
So those of you that were stabbing your Terran voodoo dolls.
Artosis was way ahead of you. Because apparently today he made the prediction that Artosis would win the GSL this year.
Artosis is going to win the GSL, huh?
I meant that innovation would win the GSL.
Gotcha. All right, so given all that, let's move into this game.
Let's do it.
As we've got in our upper left-hand corner, the player in blue that has taken down the champion of YMCMB, who had won 4 in a row. It is going to be Hodor, even though all of that was pretty much wrong.
Yeah, you kind of announced both players at the same time. So in the lower right-hand corner, we have Estrella.
All that stuff I said was for Estrella.
Yeah. Hodor is the one who's been making himself known throughout the match as Hodor.
So ESV Phoenix Cluster, this is a interesting map, in my opinion.
It's pretty to look at.
Yeah, it is very pretty. There's lots of scenery, lots of grass, greenery. Nice little flowers here. But as far as expansions go, they're very spread out.
Absolutely. And we'll see if players are able to take advantage of this. This is going to be great for both players to use some Warp Prisms or to use some Zealot run-bys. This is the first PvP of the night, so it'll be interesting to see what we see.
Yes, indeed. I almost guarantee you, and I promise you I haven't cheated looking at these games, I almost promise you that one of the players is going to go for a Stargate Oracle because that's my favorite thing to do in PvP. And if they don't, well, then they should have. But it looks like Estrella is going to be looking for some proxies out here as he's scouting around. Thought maybe he'd be going for an expansion, but way too early for that. He's just scouting around to make sure there's no shenaniganry going around up front. Both gas is going down by Hodor, so he's likely going to be going for that tech play. Both as well now for Estrella. So we'll see what comes out of these players now. Both chrono boosting probes out, fairly standard as Hodor sends his workers in gas. Looks like it's going to be 2 in one. I expect 2 in the other. So quick mothership core, likely a Zealot and Stalker. It is a very strong thing too. If you chrono boost out the first Zealot, chrono boost out the first Stalker, and if your opponent's going for any tech at all, you can get in and likely at least throw them off a bit, if not do a decent amount of damage.
That's absolutely right. We do see Estrella's probe moving out again, looking to scout some stuff out, maybe looking to do a little bit of proxy himself.
No, you're right, Zog. We do not watch the matches ahead of time because this wants... we could go ahead and watch them, but we don't want to be cheating this. We want to make this... Hold on, let me start over. We want to make this appear as live as possible so it's as fun and interesting for everyone. So these are casted from replays. If you were unaware, these matches were played earlier this week. but they were pretty epic matches, and they are amazing. So we'll see what happens as SCA came out with the first win. YCMB came out 1-4 in a row. Now SCA has come back to win a second one. We're still at the ace match though, so Hodor only has to win this game to take the match for his team.
That's correct. And just to clarify, as we move into the playoff stages, we are going to try and get these games played live as we cast them. It is a little bit difficult to coordinate at this point, as there are just so many teams in the tournament right now, but as that window narrows, we will be able to coordinate with the teams a little bit better and get you some live games, because everybody loves live games being live cast. I know I do.
Yep, it's definitely going to be the goal to at least have the semis and finals live casted on a single day. Likely the entire playoffs won't be live, as this week is going. Next week will be casted the week 6 of pool stage. Week after that will likely be the first 2 rounds of the bracket stage, which will be the lower players. If you go to SC2CTL.com, you can get a nice graphic depiction of what the brackets will look like.
Hodor now moving forward, though. It looks like he's going to try and do some damage. This Streya's Stalker does see it coming. There is a Stalker from Hodor and the Mothership Core. But there are 2 Stalkers and a Mothership Core here from Estrella, so all he has to do is get them together and in the right positioning.
Yeah, Hodor really wanting to make a big push into this, maybe wanting to seal the deal as quickly as possible for his team, but it looks like a probe moving out for Estrella as well, so if Estrella is able to hold this off, he can have a proxy pylon of his own to put on some pressure.
And Phoenix comes out now to deal with the Mothership Core that's in the mineral line. Good micro on both fronts for both players.
Hodor now getting some space here in the base of Estrella. He's got 5 Stalkers going down. Estrella looking to be on the back foot. 2 Stalkers left. Photon Overcharge is down on the Nexus, so he's now able to have a minute to regain his army as 2 Phoenix, 5 Stalkers army to see what he can do against Hodor, who's had to pull back here, it looks like. He's going to use the Phoenix. Oh, if he uses those Phoenix properly to micro those Zealots, he can easily handle this, as he can basically nullify 2 Stalkers, but both players warping in more units. This is a huge standoff for both players.
I like the arc that Hodor is set up here with the Stalkers. If Estrella tries to move down the ramp, they'll be walking into an incredible arc that is going to deal massive damage, but Estrella is doing a similar thing, blocking off his ramp, ready for the income. And look at that, there's a Phoenix for Hodor as well. The
Phoenix of Estrella try and move up to poke that down a little bit as the shields were taken down by the Stalkers, so that's going to be a big swing for Estrella too, as if he can get up a huge number of Phoenix, that could be the thing that pulls him back into this. But Hodor really all in on this. I mean, he is definitely planning to make this a win or die situation. He's got 4 or 5 pylons now on Estrella's side of the map. 1 more Phoenix comes in, but oh, looks like it's a lot of position. 4 Phoenixes now for Estrella. Does get back in time. The Mothership Core here now trying to get up enough energy too for at least a Time Warp or a Photon Overcharge. But Estrella, with a smaller army, I mean, Hodor can't really move in because those Phoenix would just pick him apart a bit, but quite the standoff here. And Hodor's got to be careful. He keeps being aggressive with these Phoenix, but if he keeps losing them, then that's going to be a huge blow. Yeah, Estrella has nothing in production now. Oh, but in the meantime, there are Zealots being warped into the natural base of Hodor. They're going to move into the main base, and there's only a Zealot and a Stalker there to deal with it. The Phoenix moving up as well. Forward. Yep, so this is going to be a pretty big aggressive push. Zealots do warp in to try and defend. But in the meantime, the Stalkers are just kind of hanging out at the base of the ramp of Phoenix moving in as well. This is going to be a huge hit to the economy of Hodor. So if he can't make a win off of this push, it's going to be the end for him. He does have a sentry with... The botch to the force field does get the second one down to trap 2 Stalkers out, but that's just not ideal in that situation. There's just not enough Stalkers. With the armies evening up, Photon Overcharge is going to be huge. If he can just micro this around, he's basically got Hodor dead in his base. I mean, he's killed almost all the workers as one Zealot's going to poke away at the other here, but Hodor has to make this happen. Estrella being very careful with his engagements, keeping back, knowing that one gateway isn't the most critical thing in the world, taking away some damage at one Stalker. If he can even slightly even up the numbers here, it's going to be huge. And the control of Estrella here has just been phenomenal. He's been able to defend in his natural, but also decimate the main of Hodor. Now that the Phoenix are regaining their army, this is going to be easy peasy for him to pick up as he nullifies 3 Stalkers. Keeps attacking more with the ground units. This is looking really bad for Hodor as Hodor GG. And GG. That was a really... that was a different feel of a game since the ones we've had, but PvP is, couldn't be anything that you can imagine. But those Phoenix I mean, Hodor stepping out and losing 2 of those Phoenix right away to Estrella's Phoenix was, in my opinion, the thing that changed the game for him because, I mean, you know, the Stalkers alone, it would be a pretty close match, but those Phoenix were definitely a strong upper hand for Estrella.
Yeah, and you know, you gotta really give a lot of respect to a player who's able to defend when there's stalkers pushing into your natural, but also has the control to micro those Phoenix to pick up the probes and kill them at the same time. He's got to be in 2 places at the same time and was able to just do it phenomenally.
Yeah, as we saw that probe moving out across the map for Estrella, I mean, knowing that Hodor had the blockade going there, I mean, assumed that that was going to be a huge proxy for the counter push too. And it was really ballsy of Estrella to move those Phoenix down to Hodor's base because for a time there, I think Hodor could have moved in and just done a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, he definitely saw